everybody, this is Algebra 2, Lesson 14, and this lesson is about finding the equation of a line. Alright, so this problem first asks us to find the equation of the line that passes through points -3, 2, and 3, -3. Now, if we graph that line, we would see that this is -3, 2, right? Because our x, we went backwards 3, and our y is positive, we went up 2. And the other point is 3, -3. Now, to find a line, we need to use the setup of y equals mx plus b. That's what it's always going to look like when we do an equation of a line. All right, so we're going to have y equals m is our slope, and b is our y-intercept. Now, if we look at this, we cannot tell what the y-intercept is. That's going to be a fraction where it crosses this y line, that point right there. That's going to be a fraction. We could guess it, but we want to figure out exactly what it is. So we don't know that. We can figure out our slope, though. We can see how many would we have to go down and how many over to figure out where these points are. So I could just think about this in my head. If I went from, remember our slope is rise over run. Our rise is going to be our y, right? So that's going to be our change in y, and our run is our change in x, right? So if I have my y right here, and I went from 2 to -3, I went down 5. So it'd be -5. And then my run would be 3 to -3, -3 to 3. That means I went up 6. So now I can see that it's 5 over 6, right? So if I went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. My over is 6. Right here, this is my x change. And then my y change, how far did I go up and down, was 5. Okay? Alright, so now I know my slope. That's my m value. And there's fancy equations like y1 minus y2, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to worry about that. Just think about it as my change in y goes on top. So how far did I go if I started at 2 and went to -3? My x is on the bottom. How far did I go if I went from -3 to 3? All right, let me erase all that so we can see what's happening. So we've got y equals mx plus b, and we just figured out that our slope is -5 over 6. That's our b. No, that's our m. So y equals mx plus b. Our m is -5 over 6. We do not know our b. That's what we have to find. But what we can do is we can take one of these points and we can substitute in our x and y right into the formula. So y would be 2 equals m would be -5 over 6. Our x would be -3 plus b. Now b is the only number we don't know, and all we have to do is solve this equation to find it. So we're going to multiply right there. We're going to call that over 1. These would cancel. That would be a 2. That would be a 1. So we'd have 2 equals, let's see, negative times a negative makes us a positive. 5 over 2 plus b. So now we got to subtract 5 over 2 minus 5 over 2. Now if we change this into, let's see, 2 is the same thing as 4 over 2 minus 5 over 2. We get -1 over 2, -1/2. And look, that point is at, looks like, -1/2 down. So this is going to be our b value. Now we can write the equation. Y equals, our m is -5 over 6, x plus our b, which is -1/2. So I don't need a plus, I need a minus. And that would be the equation for our line. So what you have to do is figure out your slope, then substitute in the x and y points for one of your values, and then figure out what b is, and then write your equation from there. All right, let's try another one. This one's easier because it tells you the slope. So this one says find the line that passes through negative 4, 7. Oopsie. And has a slope of negative 5 over 3. All right, so negative 4, 7, and there's our slope. It's y equals mx plus b. Our y, remember these are x and y, our y is 7. Our m is negative 3 over 5. Our x is going to be negative 4. We're going to be multiplying right there, plus b. We're just going to put that over 1. So I'm going to have 7 equals, these negatives cancel each other. Negative times negative makes positive. 3 times 4 is 12 over 5 plus b. So now we need to subtract 12 over 5. Let's turn this into set. So if I had 7 over 1, that would equal how many fifths? 35 over 5. So 35 minus 12 is going to be 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 23 over 5 equals b. Right, and that would be 4 and 3/5, or 23 over 5. The book just left it as 23 over 5. So now I know my b value. So I can say y equals m, which was negative 3/5 x plus b, which is 23 over 5. Super simple. All right, go ahead and work the practice problems, and then I'll work them for you. Okay, so hopefully you pause this video and work these practice problems, and now I will run through them real quick. All right, first one says find the equation of the line, and we get 2 points. And it's going to be y equals mx plus b. First thing we have to do is find our m, which is our slope. And that's going to be our rise over run. Our up and down value is our y, so that's this number. The number's at the end, right? Because x and y. That one's y. So if we went from 4 to negative 1, we would have gone down 5 spaces. So that's negative 5. And then our run, how far do we go back and forth? We went from negative 2 to 3. So we started at negative 2. We went up 2 to get to 0, and then 3 more. So that would be 5. So that means that our slope is negative 1, because 5 over 5 is 1. So now we'll just fill this in using these 2 points. I'll use these first ones. You could use either set of points. My y would be 4. So my 4 right here, right? That's y. My x is going to be negative 2. Equals m is my slope, which is negative 1. X is negative 2 plus b. Now just solve. 4 equals 1 times 2. That would be positive 2, because it's negative times a negative, plus b. Now do minus 2, and I get 2 equals b. So b is 2. So now I can write my equation. Y equals m, which is negative 1, x plus b, which is 2. But we don't have to write that 1 right there. So it would really look like that, right? Because if you have 1x, you don't have to write the 1 next to it. So it would be just negative x plus 2. If you have the 1, that's fine. I wouldn't count it wrong. All right, one more. Find the equation of a line that passes through negative 3, 6 and has a slope of negative 2 over 3. So that one's easy. We can just say y equals mx plus b. Our y, see our x value is the 3, and our y is the 6. So y is 6 equals m is negative 2 over 3 times x, which is negative 3. We'll put that over 1 just so it's easier, plus b. Okay, now we just got to multiply there. Those cancel. Those negatives cancel each other. That's just going to be 6 equals 2 over 1, which will be 2, plus b. Then we're going to do minus 2, and we're going to get b equals 4. All right, so now we just have to write the equation. So y equals m, which is our negative 2 over 3, x, and then plus b, which is 4. That's the answer for that one. Alrighty, hope you got those right. Thanks for watching.